Hello, viewers. It's I, James Kalm, your art commando, bringing you another report. We are in Midtown on 39th Street, and boy, it was a challenge to get here. We're going to run into the Elizabeth Foundation and look at an interesting show. Stay tuned. Yes, we're going to go in and look at Cosmic Geometries, created by Hilma's Ghost. Okay. Gosh, there she is. There's Carrie Moyer, one of the artists in the show. Okay, well, we've got a little altar set up with a picture of Hilma, the young Hilma af Klint there. I was encouraged to come up here when I saw how much press this show has gotten. This subject is actually very interesting for me. I covered the Hilma af Klint exhibition at the Guggenheim. Gosh, I guess at this point that's 5 or 6 years ago, and probably put more Hilma af Klint images on the internet than just about anybody, just from covering that one show. Dorothea Rockburne. So we've got, and they're also putting some, is that tarot cards? The Hermit, some kind of a geometric version. Anoka Faruqee and David Driscoll. Okay, this is 2017 acrylic and linen on panel, 33 3/4 by 33 3/4. Looking at this and thinking that it almost looks like a lenticular print. This is Stefan Mueller. You can go back in the files, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4 years, and I think Carrie Moyer actually curated a show of Stephen's work. I think they'd probably been friends for 25 years. This is acrylic on canvas, and I would estimate that it's about 60 inches square, something like that. Okay, our little guide list is not really explicit. Natessa Amin. So we've got a selection of small triangles. These look like they're mixed media on wood. Okay, so this is Rico Gatson. I've been a fan of Rico's for a long time. Well, I was talking with Carrie, saying how much I enjoyed this kind of work, although I and was wondering how deeply these artists are actually influenced by the quote-unquote spiritual. Hilma Aufklint was very much influenced by Madame Blavatsky and Rudolf Steiner. This is Marilyn Lerner. Okay, I'm not taking the time to go down and give you the titles and dimensions of all these. I would say that roughly this is probably 48 by 36. But I'm looking at this and seeing a relationship to the diagram of the Kabbalah. And Marilyn is a wonderful colorist. Barbara Takanaga. It's titled Floater Revised, acrylic on panel 54 by 45, courtesy of D.C. Moore. Oh, and she's got the card, the Devil. Okay. I don't know how many cards there are in a tarot deck. You know, I think 52 in a normal deck. Diana Guerrero-Maciá, Night Watch, wood and deconstructed clothing on canvas, 49.5 by 57.5, 2020. Okay, so that's interesting. This is all sewn together. And, well, Night Watch is the title of maybe one of Rembrandt's greatest masterpieces. And I don't know how this relates to that, although I like the layout. Well, I was talking about Hilma Aufklint and her work, a fantastic show. This is Xylor Jane. Order Magic Square for Planet Earth. Well, we've seen Taylor's work at Canada. I think you could go back and check a file. We've got her, or their last show up. I was always interested in the system of patterns that Taylor is using. Okay, I can sort of read that. 1998, 495, 6. Ink and oil on canvas, 19 by 19. Grace DeGennaro, Immutable 17, oil and cold wax on linen. You know, we were talking about the influences and other artists that have used the mystical symbolism, geometries. And well, this is pretty simple circles and dividing circles, but it also relates to things like some of the simple tantric paintings that you might see. This is Johanna Unzueta, February, March 2019. Watercolor and pastel pencil, oil sticks, and needle holes on tinted watercolor paper. Okay. I think one of the first times that I actually saw physical works by Hilma af Klint was at a show at the Drawing Center, and they had her paired with a couple of other artists. One of them was a lady with the last name of Kuntz, and I can't remember her first name now, and maybe Agnes Martin. Laleh Khorramian, interlude, acrylic, cotton, rope, silk, and poplar. Well, I'm also noticing recently there's been kind of a trend of a lot of artists that are working with fabric, sewn fabrics, textile. So this is 101 by 55. Which makes me think that she's using an airbrush or some spray paint in there with stencils. Oh, this is a fun piece. This is by Lisa Beck. Skelmet. Acrylic on canvas, mylar, aluminum wood. It's 38 by 90 each panel. Okay. She's got the Two of Wands. So Lisa's been dealing with a lot of kind of simple geometric forms, but this is nice because she's got this kind of reflective surface here. It kind of gives the illusion of doubling the space, and I kind of like the reference of a distorted reality. The next gallery. Yevgeniya Baras, Untitled. Oil and mixed media on burlap. Well, I think one of the reasons that I wanted to come up and see the show is that a lot of these artists I've done reports on, and it's always nice to see their more recent work and to see how they are kind of being contextualized within a show like this. I think Yevgeniya was part of a collective out at 2727 Fishman Avenue in Bushwick at some point. I think that was the place. And then it was a big studio building, and she had a little project that she opened with her and another artist. Jackie Tileston, Mueller Seance Aftermath, Oil and Enamel Dry Pigment and Glitter on Linen, 46 by 32 inches. I saw this piece, and the illusion of illumination by this circle here was so strong. I thought they had a little neon light back there. Biren D, March 94, acrylic on canvas, 47 by 29. 1994. Yeah, you know, you would think that you would run out of themes to present if you were only working with circles and triangles and squares, but I guess that shows you how creative artists are, and they can kind of have infinite number of versions. Anna Lindbergh, flash opposites, graphite and colored pencil on mat board. Okay, I was glancing at this, and from a ways away I just thought that this was threads. Some very delicate color things happening here. A sculptural piece. A.V. Ryan, Swing and Arc 1, steel, 48 by 48 by 24. Evie Falci, Thalia, rhinestone on denim. This is 2017. Okay, and she is the tower. They are the tower. Okay, let's hit the last room. Julia Kunin, Queen of Mars. I know that they've had some Zoom discussions about this show. I haven't, unfortunately, had time to spend watching the Zooms. I don't know how many of you love to spend your days Zooming, but I've got a pretty tight schedule. But I would be interested in knowing exactly how much mysticism, spiritualism, some of these artists practice. And I think that was one of the points of the Hilma Aufklint exhibition, was that she started out and was very much influenced by a group of other female artists that she was working with. I think they had a group called The Five, and for probably about 10 years they were having seances every Friday night in the studios, and they would do artworks. Sky Pape, interstices, ink and acrylic on paper, 50 by 50 inches, courtesy of June Kelly Gallery. Well, I kind of like the fractal nature of the module overlays. So it's nice the way this black paper sits on the dark blue wall. Mahirwan Mamtani, Central Vision 759, acrylic on canvas, 23 by 23. Laurel Sparks, Apis. We've got poured gesso, acrylic, ash, paper pulp collage, and woven canvas strips. Okay, I kind of like the shiny quality of that. It makes me think of Gustav Klimt, his Byzantine period. Okay, and now we're going to wrap up looking at a piece by Carrie Moyer. It's titled Cosmic Shiva. Acrylic sand and glitter on canvas. Well, I'm going to splice in a little chat that we had with Carrie and one of the other artists. I've been watching Carrie's work probably for about, I don't know, 10 or 12 years now. I think I recorded an exhibition that she had at Canada. And she was a little bashful, but they convinced her that she should talk for a minute or two with me. And, well, I also got a nice recording of a conference that she had with several other artists on a panel. I think it was discussing the painting show Forever Now that was at the Museum of Modern Art, one of the first painting shows that they'd curated there in about 20 years. And I'm always curious, although I haven't pressed it too much, but Carrie uses a lot of exotic materials, different kinds of lacquers and polymers and paints and finishes and varnishes. I think someone was even saying that she gets buckets of fingernail polish that she might have worked with at some point. Well, we're going to talk a little bit to Carrie Moyer and Julia. What's your last name, Julia? Kunin.
Nice camera.
Well, I'm just going to throw this out, and I was talking to Carrie a little bit about. Do you think that a show like this kind of represents a manifestation of kind of a spiritualism and abstraction that maybe people haven't been looking at for a while?
I think that's. Yeah.
They talked about Hilma's ghost, so that's Hilma Alflint, but there are other people like Agnes Pelton and Paulina Peavy, you know, some ladies that have been dealing with kind of spiritualism and that kind of stuff in abstraction.
I think that there's been a long-standing interest in this. Like Stephen Mueller,
yes,
was
one of
interested in
your friends
for years, and was a kind of autodidact. And so I think many of us are secret students of the mystical.
But you're not having seances or anything like that,
no,
right?
No, it's more about like how art acts upon us, or how the painting can channel some of those ideas.
Would you think that it also has more to do with maybe a formalistic view of abstraction than maybe the spiritual side of it? Because it is dealing with kind of almost like Platonic ideas of geometry and
totally. I mean,
Pythagoras and all those people.
One of their thoughts in the show is like, how do these formations affect us psychically? So, and even the one next to Stephen Mueller, the Anoka Faruqee David Driscoll.
Okay.
About this kind of optical vibration.
Huh?
That creates kind of energy. So you can see it as a scientist, or as a painter, or as a mystic.
That's good. All right. Thanks for that little comment. That's valuable. Thank you. So that was our run through of Cosmic Geometries here at the Elizabeth Foundation project space, and it was curated by Hilma's Ghost, who were actually Sharmistha and Dannielle Tegeder. And you can like this, share, hook it up to all your social media sites, and you can subscribe, and you can leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, and reviews below. And all you have to do, we don't ask you for money, but we do ask you to say thank you, Kate. That was beautiful. Thank you.